from where we are some of the time. But even we usually stay out of that range, so something should have spawned by now. So the only thing I can think of is that maybe the grass is not big enough. So nine blocks 3 by 3 probably is not. Probably need a lot more space, and I don't think they'll spawn on this on the lower part of the slab, just like hostile mobs won't. And so, that may be part of the problem. So I may need to go in and fill it in, fill the rest of it in. I think they might need more grass. I don't know if they need more grass or if they just need more area. But either way, we don't really have the dirt right now. I did just put some dirt down, planted some grass seeds. And so when we have more dirt to spare, I'll probably come back and add to this, make it bigger, and hopefully that will solve our problem with spawning some neutral mobs. One of my sons ended up putting this out there. I'm not sure what that's about, but we're gonna head out there and get rid of that, because again, we don't want hostile mobs spawning there and blowing things up or coming to try to get us. So we're gonna make sure they don't have the opportunity to do that. Of course, we'll expand this later, so we're just gonna leave it here for now. Alright, so I'll show you some of the rest of what's going on. I need to check my... check this for just a moment. Okay, great. Just wanted to make sure the vocals were going through. I couldn't hear them, and so they're just not coming through to me. Alright, great. Well, as a result of a lot of this farming the trees, oh man, we just got a little bit of water in each of these, couple of these barrels, which means we're gonna just have to probably break them and replace them. We don't really need barrels filling up with water because we have an infinite water source now. So it is, we finally made a bucket. That was our #1 priority, and we finally did it. And so we waited for it to rain, and we had a couple barrels with water in it, and so we were able to grab that water with the bucket and make an infinite water source, which was our first big accomplishment, which doesn't seem like a lot, but it can be quite tedious in Sky Factory 2. So I've got let's see, I got a few stones here, and so I can make a cobble out of it, a couple cobble, and I also have 2 stacks of 64 saplings that we are going to start in the process of composting into dirt blocks. Whoa. So again, you make these oak barrels, and then it takes 8 saplings to compost, and you can see it shows the percentage here. It says composting 11, 12, 13, 14. And so they're slowly composting, and they will eventually convert into dirt blocks. And so this is the somewhat tedious way that you begin expanding. Of course, Sky Factory 2, you start only with 1 block of dirt on a tree in the middle of the sky with nothing around you. And so far, we've accomplished a lot. We've built all of this big wood platform. We've got an infinite water source. We've got some beds. We've got a chest with a good bit of resources kind of building up here. We got our bucket, which is the most important. I've got a loot bag. I'll show you where I got that from in just a minute. And if you'll excuse me... Alden, what are you doing? What are you... Wouldn't it... Tell the truth. Guess you're just tomorrow. Potty, then go to the potty, go up and get in your bed. Alright, sorry about that. So you can see we've got a lot of resources here, and all of, well, the wood we started turning into charcoal in our furnace, but even just getting the furnace is a huge accomplishment in that you have to essentially do this compost a bunch of saplings to turn it into a dirt block. And then you take this dirt block, you put it in the sieve, which, by the way, to get the string for the sieve, you have to infect a tree with silkworms, and then you break the leaves and you get string. You turn that string into silk, and then you use that to make this sieve. So then you take the sieve, take the dirt, and you essentially sift it, and then what comes out of it? A few of these little stone blocks. From that you can make a piece of cobble. Of course, from the cobble you make your furnace, and round it goes. So with all of these blocks of dirt, we are going to sift, get the stones, and then from the stones we'll make cobble. And from the cobble, we'll use our hammer probably to break it down, break the cobble down into dust, because we need clay. Because we want to make a crucible, which we will use to create lava. Oh, you already made the clay? Okay, great. Abalk already made the clay. Did you also make the did you get the bone meal? Yeah, I put the bone, there's 4 bone meal in this chest. Yeah, and then we have 16 bones here. Once again. Alright. Okay. So I'll show you where, let's see. Actually, I'm going to make a sword really quickly here. Couple swords. And go show you what else we made. So, I think the rules for mob spawning are that they've got to be 24 blocks away. So we did this long walkway way out here, gated it off, and essentially made a mob farm. Now, we didn't make the one that where the mobs automatically die. We just made this little, it's essentially a big rectangle, and you raise it up a little bit, put it at a normal level. You can't have it at the half lower slab level or mobs won't spawn. So you put it at a normal level, then you use a half slab here to kind of close off this gap, which doesn't actually allow any light through. And so as you can see, if you turn on your, not F9, F7, anywhere there's a red X, a mob can spawn. And so that shows that when you have this half slab here, even though it looks like it's open and you can actually reach through, no light will go through. And so that's how you make a nifty little mob farm here. And then with that, we can basically mine, farm all kinds of stuff. So that's where we got our arrows and our bones. And later on, we'll actually make this a little more automated with water and with fans. Fans are part of a... One of the great things about this mob farm is the creeper can't see you, he won't explode. So you can kill him even though he's standing there right next to you and close. Which would normally be very dangerous with creepers. But as you can see, he's still attracted to you, but because he can't see, I guess he doesn't explode. Which is yay. Bueno. And so that essentially allows us to farm these mobs. You see I got a couple of blue gelatinous slimes. Got some Minicio. An arrow, a bone, a little bit of string, and a rib bone. So, really nice for farming mobs. It's not very high capacity, it's not automated yet, but it'll do for now. Turn off this chunk. Boundaries. Oh, turn off my magnet. so I don't get all the benefits of ABAWIC's mining, which is not very fair. Alright, so we got all this dirt here. Oops. Ready and waiting. Alright, so I'm gonna build the... What are you doing with the station? Crooks. Huh. I'm gonna actually make a little room in our emergency chest, which is really no longer an emergency chest, it's just kind of a catch-all. Initially we had an emergency chest and put like one of everything we needed to be autonomous in it. You know, like one sapling, one piece of dirt, that kind of stuff. So that in case, you know, if you fall off, you lose everything you're carrying. So, and then occasionally you do something boneheaded like, you know, put all your saplings in here when you don't have any planted or something, and then you're stuck. Alright, so let's make, I think we need the crucible. So I'm going to grab the bone meal that ABAWIC sifted out. I think we needed clay as well. We have 8 clay, which you can just get by putting dust in a barrel full of water. And let's see what we need here. What else we need, I should say. We should put a chest next to this crafting station. I think I am going to do that. Actually, I would have to put it above that because it's a half block. Anyway, I'm not going to bother. Alright, crucible. We need an unfired crucible, which is 7 porcelain clay. Porcelain clay is made with bone meal and clay. So we need 1 more clay, looks like. Thought there was... Oh, there is 8. You're right. Alright, so we just need a little more bone meal. 7. There we go. I thought we only had 6 clay, but you're right. We have 8. Alright, that's 7 porcelain clay. And we'll put this guys around here like this. An unfired crucible. Go to our furnace, and we're going to fire it. Go crucible. Alright, so we have our crucible, which is another major turning point in Sky Factory. You know, I wonder... I don't know if the crucible needs to be surrounded by stone. I'm not real sure. So... I don't think it does either. But just in case... whoa, there's a dirt block way down there. That's interesting. I think somebody must have died. So we're going to take this piece of cobble and put it here, so that we have a layer of separation. Alright, let's see. I'll probably need to do this differently. Because I think you need a torch under the crucible. So, need... Alright. Let me... This up, put this up, this up, this. So many silkworms. We have now so many tons of silkworms. Alright, go ahead and start some more of these saplings composting. It's really interesting. I've noticed that once you have like a big tree grow and another tree grows next to it, they tend to be more big trees. And so you can actually end up with like a whole platform of giant trees. Not giant, but just big ones. Right, I was going to make a torch, for which I need a piece of charcoal. It's actually been really nice. We've had just naturally enough apples continually to kind of keep us alive, both of us. So we haven't run out of food or started starving. It's just been just the right amount. Okay. Torch. And this will need to be a little higher so we can put the torch on it. Which means do this. Ah, not what I meant to do. Okay. Alright, now let's see what we can do here. Okay. This is making lava. Very slowly. Ah, I guess we can't do that. Great, now I have a piece of cobblestone and no pick. Do you have the hammer? Can you, yes, please. I don't know. Oh, I got the gravel from that. Okay. So this is turning that piece of cobblestone into lava. Now the idea, hopefully, is that once that happens, we can grab that in our bucket, have a lava source and a water source, and then we have a cobblestone generator, which will really significantly speed up our resource gathering, which will be so cool. It'll no longer be sifting dirt to get the pebbles to make one piece of cobble. Now we'll be able to start using dirt for things you usually use dirt for, planting and other things, as opposed to scrimping it to get cobble. And once we have all the cobble we want, we essentially can, of course, a broken iron ore. The one piece of the one block of gravel that I had to sift turned into a broken iron ore, which man, one night we just went forever and ever trying to get that broken iron ore. Felt like everything was against us. Okay. Alright, how you doing here? Fluid lava, 250 millibuckets. So, is that enough? It doesn't look like the cobble or the crucible creates fire or will set things on fire, which is really good. So we'll probably move it down here where it's a little more convenient. Alright, let's see if this is enough to get a bucket of lava. Nope, it's not. $250 millibuckets. I wonder if this will tell me. Nope. This doesn't tell me how much a bucket holds. Maybe 1,000 millibuckets equals 1 bucket? Does that make sense? I don't know. I tried that. I just tried that. Didn't work. Alright, so let's just sift some more dirt. Hopefully get some more cobble and melt that cobble down. Alright, let's see what we got. 16 stones. That'll nicely, it will give us 4 more blocks of cobble. So let's dump the cobble in the crucible and see what that gives us. Each piece of cobble makes 250, I think, millibuckets. So I'm thinking it must be 1,000 millibuckets is a bucket. Alright, so we'll let that go for a while. And I think we can probably just use wood here. And you bring that hammer back over and hammer this piece of cobble out. Thank you. Alright, we'll sift dirt and sift the gravel. See what we get. Oh, piece of coal. Lame. Well, at least we got 4 stones. Alright. Let's go check on our crucible. Alright, that's taking a while. Let's go beat up the mobs for a little bit. See what we get. The Robrit. Interesting. What did we get from that? Nothing exciting. Oh, okay. Creeper. Skeletron. Oh, I unlocked a hat. Always fun. The mini zombie. Alright. Big Balk is asking a question. Let's go back and see what it is she's doing. Alright, hey, what was that? You just right-click on it. But I think you gotta right-click on the inside of it. Give it a try. You can't be shifting. Try it without shifting. It works? Alright, melting speed is 1.0x. So, looks like it's melting down. I got it in. You can put several in at a time. So it's got 541 fluid lava and 700 cobble. So that'll give us more than a bucket, unfortunately. We had perfect amount, I think you put one too many in. That goes in the other chest. There we go. And, you know, while we're waiting on that, we could actually build some of the Tinker's Construct tools. There's an achievement for that. Ooh, I got a bow. Really low durability, of course. It might be worth hanging on to. We'll just throw it in the chest over here with our wooden hoe. I got a catalyzing gland. I don't even know what that is. Ooh, skeleton head. Where should we put the skeleton head? Put it on here? No. There. Creepy. Let's see. Alright, we've got 698 millibuckets. 700. So that's taking a little bit. So, alright, I did make all these blank patterns so that we could start making some of the Tinker's Construct. Hey, Balak, where do you think we should put the Tinker's Construct tools? Eventually we'll want to build a smeltery as well. But right now, it's just the tables. Okay, to the right of the cauldron. Put it with our what? Oh yeah, near the resources. Yeah, that'd be good. Alright. Do you want to build out a little, home for it? Awesome. Do you need any wood? Because I know, you know, we don't have enough of that. I hate tools that are about to be destroyed. I just throw them away. You don't have to make it up, like raised, but it looks kind of nice. Like, I'm sure that we won't want this to be in quite so precarious a spot. Like, all the time. Just remember that when you put them up like that, mobs can spawn on it. So you want to have as few as possible on the, like, upper half of the slab. Like, go ahead and turn on your F7 so you can see. May as well. Throw in another stack of wood and a few charcoal. Start that going. And I was going to make a craft an axe. I should craft a few axes. And probably never have too many axes on Sky Factory. Gotta keep this tree farm going. We've got so many silkworms. I feel like we don't even need to use crooks anymore. I think, you know, they're rumored to increase the drop rate of saplings as well, but I don't know that that actually is true. And it just takes too much time to break every leaf in hopes of getting a few extra saplings. We'll just let them fall and then collect them later. We've got enough trees now going on that that's fine. Oh, I'm farming my trees. Farming my trees. Alright, hey Balak, how's the Crucible doing over there? Over 1,000, alright. Well, let's see if we were right, and 1,000 millibuckets is a bucket. Get our bucket. And dip. Yes, it is. Nice. So we have a bucket of lava now. We can make a cobblestone generator. The only trick with that, of course, is that we would have to use something that doesn't burn, right? So I think crafting tables don't burn, right? So we could put stone around it. We would just have to make all the stone to do that. Yeah. Big tree. Two big trees, yep. Show enough. Alright. So this will be our Tinker's Construct area. I've got 3 cobble right now. And 9 dirt. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we'd have to kind of lay it out and see. Well, I don't... Okay, well, let me sift all this dirt and then see how much cobble I can make. I got something extra from that one, I think. Alright. Alright, there's 10 stone. Oh, we got some more pumpkin, sugarcane, spruce, grass, and birch seeds. Nice. Oh, how about that? Alright. Did you turn that off? Okay, cobble generator. Let's see. Do we want to put that underneath our wooden platform or off to the side? Let's see what makes sense. I'm not really very good at building cobble generators. It feels like it's always supposed to be simpler than it is. Alright, well, while I'm building this, I'm going to put our valuable bucket of lava in the chests, our blank patterns, and do this. Alright. Whoa! Let's see. Got a little bit of a... That's where our water is currently. Our infinite water source. So where do we want to build this out? Let's see. I'm thinking... Maybe underneath... Maybe underneath the crucible and the Tinker's Construct tools. So let's do